What's going on, guys? It's Gilbert Barber with another tutorial on how to do a low skin fade. This is just with a beard. On my previous videos I have low skin fades, mid skin fades, high skin fades, but in this one includes fading in the beard into the skin fade. So we are going to be starting this cut with a number 2 detachable blade. If you do not have a detachable blade, a Supra or anything of sort, you can use a normal clipper that uses the plastic guards, and you can put a number 2. You can attach a number 2 plastic guard on the clipper, but you can put the level all the way high so that way it turns into a 2 metal. So as you guys can see, when I'm cutting hair, I always go against the grain. As you notice, I was trying to go against the grain on that part due to the fact that his hair goes to my left, so which will be to his right. As you can see right there, the hair goes sideways, so you always want to go against the grain when you're taking up bulk to make it an even guideline. So now I'm using the outliner. This is an outliner you can buy. It's a detachable outliner for any type of detachable clipper. It will be like a Supra or a BGRC, any of those sort. You can buy this pretty fairly priced, maybe like 20-25 bucks at your local Sally's or Cosmoprof supplier. So you can use this to outline it, and just kind of like takes away the beating on the trimmers. So usually some people use the trimmers to make their guidelines, their zero guidelines. So if you don't want to use your trimmers to take really thick bulk, I recommend using it with a detachable outliner blade, so it will be better to so it lasts you longer. Your trimmer will last you a little bit longer. Now you're gonna open your blade all the way open, which turns into a half. Make your first guideline. Make sure everything's nice and even. Then you little by little close your level. You put it higher and higher, and then you go lower and lower on the head. If that makes sense, kind of like a ladder, like a transitional ladder. So then once you finish doing your first guideline with the half and erasing the half with the zero, you grab the clipper, the number 1 guard, and with open you make an inch gap of guideline. Then you close it all the way and you put it right under the first line that you made with the 1, and now you're going to be using the 1/16 guard to slowly fading that out completely, the first line with the half. So once you take that line out, as you guys can see, I use my corners just to get certain areas that are darker. I'm actually cutting out of my house because of the whole quarantine thing, and I wanted to use one of my clients that requested a haircut real quick, and I wanted to take advantage to do a tutorial to teach you guys how to do a low skin fade with a beard. So you guys can see I keep doing the going back and forth to it. Sometimes when you see that the line is not coming out, you might have to go a little bit shorter and shorter until it actually comes out. So you have to put the level higher and higher. I keep coming back to it until it's gone. So usually it's not really a line, it's more like dark spots that some clients have, and it makes it a little bit challenging when you're firstly starting to learn. So now I'm using the 1.5 guard, plastic guard, and I go above like an inch over the first guideline with the 1.5 with the 1 guard. With the 1 plastic guard, and then I go back and forth with it because I see there's a lot of dark spots going up. So if the 1.5 guard does not take the line out, and you already went over it an inch, you always want to go over an inch, or like so that way you can see if it actually is cut or not. If it's not cut in and the line is still there, you have to go back to it with a shorter number. So now we're gonna line up his beard. So he requested it exactly where it's at. So you just want to comb it out to get the extra hair out of there, and line that up as well. And just follow his natural guideline. On the bottom, I had to go a little bit higher because it was too low for his liking. As you guys can see, where the darker spot is at, that's where he likes it. So we're gonna put a little bit higher. So now we're gonna be shaping out his C cup. Obviously there's skin fit, so you can't really see the line connecting. But now we're gonna fade it out. Same procedures like you will do. You start with a one guard, then you open it, you close it, then you use the half to fade that out all the way to the 0. So now we're gonna use a number 4 plastic guard just to even out, fade into the top of the head. Depending on how long the hair is, you might wanna use maybe a 5 eventually after the 4. But right now he doesn't want anything off the top. He didn't want anything, so we're gonna just leave it and we're just gonna fade it into it. Same procedures in the back. You have the half. You do about an inch in the back. Same procedures on the side. You just gotta repeat. The back is a little bit more complicated because it has is more darker. It's darker in the back than it is on the sides, always. So you might want to go a little bit higher with the half just to line up and make it a little bit easier for you guys when you guys are fading. So as you guys can see, little by little I'm going with the lever and just trying to get that line out from the 0 to the half. As you guys can see, I'm going over it just to match the back with the side. So it's okay that if you want to go back to it, it's not a bad thing to go back to it and just make sure that you're working on your canvas and just perfecting and with detail. So now the same thing I did on the side, I'm using a 4. And as you can see, the 4, I don't bring it into it, I just go straight with it. I use a 4, then on this part I'm using a 3 plastic guard because I can still see there was a ledge on the back. So we're gonna use 3 plastic guard just to finish it off. So I'm almost going back to it. This is a 1.5 plastic guard. If you guys see that they're still dark, you might want to go back to it and just repeat the process. This type of haircut is a little more complicated. As you guys can see, his hair spaces out in certain areas. It has darker spots here and there. So these are the most challenging haircuts. I could easily show you a haircut that's more of a better, you could say, better surface of the scalp because and those are easier to fade. Those you might notice that sometimes when you cut in hair at the shop or your house, you might find that some haircuts are like they come out really nice for you and then you impress yourself. But then we have this type of haircuts that you have to put in work, you have to detail, you have to use your corners to get those dark spots. So don't be afraid to go back. To line at the bottom, as you guys can see, I did one side. I'm gonna go back to it just to make sure that's nice and rounded. You do one side first and you go to the middle. So once you connect that to the middle, you guys will see me, I go on the other side and do the other side connected to the middle, so that way everything's even. You never do one side all the way to the other side. You have to move yourself and use the mirror to get it all even. So as you guys can see it, if it is off, always use the mirror. You'll see me going back to it just to make sure it's straight. So it's not a bad thing to look at the mirror. Don't be afraid of it. Sometimes as new barbers, we don't like to see the mirror because we don't like to see any errors. So it's always important to go back to it, and so that way when a client leaves your chair and they go home, they're not going to be picking on your haircut and they're not going to be making any complaints. So now we're gonna use our trimmer to take the rest of the hair off. You can either do it with the Supra like I was telling you, but I wanted to show you guys how to take it off with the trimmer. So nice and easy, just clean off the rest of the remaining area that you left out with hair. And now we're gonna use our shaver. This is a Babyliss shaver foil, so these are run about $90, so they're pretty good. I actually like this better than the Andes, only because the Andes blade they get dulled up really fast. You have to change them every month, but this one I proved it that it's actually lasts 2, 3, 4 months without changing the actual blade, if you don't want to change them often. Can see I'm going back to it just because, like I said, this hair is a lot of detail work. If he smiles, it turns dark spots, so you don't get confused when people are talking or smiling. You might want to go back to it when they're not talking at all, and you want to just make sure everything's even and fade it out. So now I'm using a 1.5 guard on the mustache. Remember, it was a 2 on the beard, so you always want to go a little shorter on the mustache since it's thicker. So once you getting everything lined up, I'm using an Elegance shaving gel to line up the rest of the beard. And this is what I call the dry shave. You know, I'm not using a hot towel to do the bottom or anything like that. I call this a dry shave. So right now we're just gonna line up wherever we left out with the trimmer. Now on the back, you might want to go all the way to the shirt line. You never want to leave clients with hairs because whenever they want to wear like a tank top or anything like that, you don't want them to have hairs popping out of their shirt. As you guys can see, I'm going back to the bottom. I was looking at the mirror, it's a little off. I'm pretty sure you guys seen this on the video. You can see it more clear. So I fixed it. Then I used the Babyliss Pro shaver to clean up the area to make it nice and smooth. Like if it was a hot towel, but I think I prefer hot towels over this. Obviously, if you guys see, I'm cutting out of my house because the barber shops are closed. But I just wanted to pull up a client to make this nice video, so that way you guys can learn a little bit more on how to fade in the beard with the skin fade. On the top, you don't want nothing off the top. You don't want the front shaped up. So we're gonna leave everything all natural. We're gonna be doing this like I was telling you in the beginning of the video. It's a 1.5 with the grain just to clean off. His beard is very curly, so you want to take off the hairs that are coming out. I like this duster thing because it's not like the usual ones where they're the white ones where they look really dirty. These are more easier to clean. I'm doing a clipper over comb, and as you guys can see, I'm keeping his head shape squared off. I'm not going in with it, I'm going straight up. So you guys can see it here. It's just to take up and just smooth out some edges that I seen after I did the 4. So remember, I was telling you guys, if you want to use a 4, maybe to a 5, or you could just go and grab a clipper over comb and technique and just smooth out the edges. I spray some water just to make sure that the hair on the top and the front is even. Alright guys, so this is the final product. Low skin fade, faded into the beard, lined up, natural on the top, nothing off the top. And that's pretty much it for this video. So if you want to see more videos, please subscribe, like, and comment, and let me know what you guys think. If you guys want to learn something else, what clippers I use, And further information, you can always comment on the section below. Take care.